Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, just a little fun video today, guys, just a little bit of fun. But before I start, I want to thank you all for your lovely comments about the op that didn't work out. Thank you all very much. There were some beautiful, beautiful comments, and a few funny ones as well. Thanks, guys. Right. Today I'm going to talk about 10 things you may or may not know about Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, directed by Rob Cohen and starring Jason Scott Lee as Bruce Lee. Because on the 26th of November this year, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story will be released by Shout Factory in 4K.
It ain't Bruce Lee!
The film is based loosely on the book written by Linda Lee, Bruce Lee, The Man Only I Knew, as well as Robert Klaus's book, Bruce Lee, The Biography. Rob Cohen had extensive interviews with Linda Lee and Brandon Lee, and the film actually is dedicated to Brandon, who died in March, just 7 weeks before Dragon was released in May of 1993. Such a tragedy that is. I mean, The Crow will always be Brandon's magnus opus as far as I'm concerned. It's a marvellous film, and I would have to do a review on it sometime, but I tend to focus on his dad a little bit. But I do need to do that film a review, maybe around Halloween time, who knows. So this was made in 1993, so this movie is 31 years old now. Man, I'm getting old. Like I've said before on this channel, Bruce Lee aficionados, Bruce Lee experts that know much more than I do, will probably know all the 10 things that I'm going to talk about. But, like I've explained many times, there are newcomers coming to the channel, so it's something for them as well. So bear with me. So without any further ado, here are 10 things you may or may not know about Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. 1. First date. In reality, Bruce Lee took Linda Emery, his future wife, to the Space Needle in Seattle on their first date, not Garcia Yang's in San Francisco, as portrayed in the film. Now, Dragon was filmed primarily in Los Angeles, San Francisco and Hong Kong, but no Seattle. I wonder why. 2. Nancy. Nancy Kwan, who portrayed Gussie Yang, in real life Ruby Chow, collaborated with Bruce Lee during the production of the film The Wrecking Crew in 1968. Bruce Lee was the choreographer for the film's fight scenes. The fight scene between Nancy Kwan and Sharon Tate in The Wrecking Crew is not great. In my opinion, the best choreography Bruce Lee ever did was with himself. 3. Jerome Sprout. Jerome Sprout is a fictional character, not someone who existed in Bruce Lee's life. Initially, the director Robert Cohen intended to use the name Jesse Glover, a real student of Bruce, but Glover did not grant permission. As a result, the character of Jerome Sprout was created. I do wonder why Jesse Glover wouldn't allow him to use his name in the film. If any of you guys know, please let me know in the comments down below. 4. The Green Hornet. In the film, Van Williams, who famously portrayed the Green Hornet, Britt Reed, in the 1966 television series, takes on the role of the series director. I love this cameo with Van Williams, and I honestly think when I look at the photos of Bruce and Van Williams around the Green Hornet time, to me they had so much fun together. I think Van was just a great friend to Bruce throughout the years, and it seemed to me like this was one of the happiest times in Bruce Lee's life. And Dragon, the Bruce Lee movie, marked the very final time Van Williams would ever appear on screen. 5. Shannon. At Bill Krieger's party, Linda reveals her second pregnancy to Bruce as a band performs California Dreamin' in the background. The lead singer of this band is Shannon Lee, Bruce Lee's real-life daughter. Another sweet cameo, and to be honest with you, back in the old days when I first started watching it back in 93 and all that lot, I didn't notice. But Shannon can actually sing quite well. Also, the Bob Krieger character played by Robert Wagner is a collation of all Bruce Lee's managers, sort of condensed into one, just to reduce the length of the story really. 6. Back injury. Bruce Lee did not injure his back by being kicked in it after a fight to decide whether he could teach all races martial arts. He injured his back quite badly doing the good morning exercise. Now this is one that's quite important. It's obvious to us Bruce Lee fans, but a lot of people will say Bruce Lee hurt his back in a fight. Well, obviously it wasn't, you know. It was doing the good morning exercise, and I think he damaged his 4th sacral nerve. It might have been his 3rd actually. Also, the fight was never about because Bruce Lee was teaching different races. It really wasn't nothing to do with that. I think Bruce was very outspoken about his martial arts and his skills, and I think just Wong Jack Man, the true fight that Bruce Lee had, took offence to this and offered him a challenge. I think that's pretty much how it went down. 7. Real student. As Bruce triumphs at the karate show, an older man with grey hair can be seen as Bruce exits the ring. This man is Jerry Petit, a former student of Bruce Lee. Jerry also trained Jason Scott Lee for the role. Obviously Bruce didn't actually fight in tournaments. Yes, you see him sparring, and he did talks and he did exhibitions, but no real fights. But you gotta admit, Jerry Petit looks pretty badass on that wooden dummy. 8. Fighting style. In the movie, Bruce is often seen performing backflips and somersaults during his fight scenes. However, the real Bruce Lee's fighting style was much more grounded and direct, emphasising effective hits over flashy movements.
In Kung Fu, it always involves a very fast motion. Like for instance, a guy grabbing your hand. It's not the idea to do so many steps, step him right on the instep, he'll let go.
As we all know, Bruce Lee's fighting style in his films is completely different to what he'd use on the street. But all the flips and all that, more like Jackie Chan. I suppose it was to make it more fun and entertaining. Jab to the eye, a kick to the groin, or a stomp on the foot would make pretty quick and boring fight scenes. 9. The Dow. The book The Dow of Gundo was published in 1975, after Bruce Lee's passing. Unlike in the movie, Bruce Lee never received a copy of the book in the mail. Now we know when Bruce Lee did hurt his back, he did do a lot of reading and research while he was in recovery, and he collated a lot of notes. I liken it very much to Marcus Aurelius's book Meditations. Don't know if you've ever read it. Highly recommended. It's about stoicism and all that lot. I liken it to this. It was never meant for publication. Now, would Bruce have put out the Dow of Gundo later on? Don't know. I think it was for his own personal growth. That's my opinion anyway. 10. The Big Boss. In the film it says the final day of shooting, the Big Boss, Pak Chong, Thailand 1970. When in fact filming didn't commence on the Big Boss until July 1971. Why did they get the year wrong? I don't really know. Also Luke, the brother of Johnny that Bruce had the fight with, the Wong Jack Man fight, didn't really have a fight with Bruce Lee on the set of the Big Boss. Now there was fights on Enter the Dragon, and apparently it was filmed by Henry Wong, and Bruce said do not use this film. So maybe somewhere there's a bit of footage from Enter the Dragon, but certainly not on the Big Boss. He wasn't challenged by TIE fighters. This is simply just fabricated. But I still can't work out how he got the year wrong. So there you go. That's 10 things about Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Is this the best Bruce Lee bio we've had so far? It is pretty good. I also like Bruce Lee, My Brother. I think it was released over here as the Young Bruce Lee. I really do enjoy that. A lot of people moan about it because there's not a lot of fights in it, but it was up until we got on the boat to America. I'd love them to make a part 2, but whether it'll happen I don't know. But I really like Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. But what are your thoughts on it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's just okay? Will you be getting the 4K in November? I think I probably will. Is there some things that I did miss out in the 10? I know there's loads, and I'm pretty sure you lot are going to let me know in the comments. I do enjoy Rob Cohen's film, and I think Jason Scott Lee done a pretty stellar job impersonating Bruce Lee in the film. I think Lauren Holly played a lovely Linda Lee, and Randy Edelman's score is fantastic. It's one of the highlights of the film. It just carries it along so beautifully. It's glorious. The bit where in The Big Boss where Bruce gets lifted up, the music is so uplifting. Very reminiscent of his film Dragonheart, if you've seen Dragonheart with Dennis Quaid, and the dragon was the voice of Sean Connery, I do remember. Great film. Anything that keeps Bruce Lee's name and memory into the public consciousness is a good thing. I'm also looking forward to Ang Lee's Bruce Lee movie, whenever that gets made. Have any of you guys heard anything? I haven't. Now, there's an amazing interview with Jason Scott Lee talking about his role in Dragon the Bruce Lee story, and the guy is humble, intelligent, and it's really nice to listen to him talk about it now. It's about a year old. It's easy to find. If I remember, I'll link it down below. I don't know, it's about 45 minutes long, I can't really remember, but I listened to it earlier and it was lovely. It was lovely. He seems like a really lovely guy, really nice. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I thought I'd go through that with you, a little bit of fun on a Wednesday. Right, before I go, as always, I want to thank all of you that take the time to watch the videos, give the videos a thumbs up and all of that, and of course my amazing Patreons and my new Patreons. Thank you very much, guys. It means the world, it really does. Right, now I'm going to put all this together and hopefully it will come out Wednesday. So you have yourselves an amazing rest of the week, guys. Much love. And I'll be back with another ramble real soon. You take care now.